Hello everyone, how are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome to our segment this evening. We are continuing with our intensive revisions in readiness for our exams. So, in our segment today, we're looking at section B of 2020 Science Paper 1. And today we'll just look at question 1, then next time we'll look at question 2 until we finish the entire paper of 2020. So we'll just be looking at one question at a time. So we pray that you follow through. We hope that you understand each and everything. For any questions and inquiries, there's a number down the screen there. You can just hit the inbox. You can call, text, or WhatsApp the same number to ask anything, inquire, and for clarifications. Feel free to follow through. So we start with our question. So question B1 is saying an object of mass 75 kg on Earth is taken to the moon where the gravitational field strength is 1.6 Newton per kg. So an object which has got a mass of 75 kg on Earth is taken to the moon where the gravitational field strength is 1.6 Newton per kg. So our first question of B1, which is A, is saying, what is the mass of the object on the moon? What is the mass of object on the moon? So the question is saying this object which had a mass of 75 kg on the earth was taken to the moon where there's a gravitational field strength of 1.6. So what would be the mass of this object on the moon if on earth it was weighing 75 kg? What mass will it weigh on the moon? So how are we going to answer this question? Now, if you remember what we learned on mass and weight, we discovered to say one of the characteristics of mass of an object is that the mass always remains the same. Even if you get an object which has got a certain mass on the moon, then you bring it to Earth, it will still remain with that same value of mass. So if you have a 25 kg millimole, then you take it to, say, let's say to Malawi or to another country, the mass of that millimole will still remain the same. So what am I trying to say? Mass does not change regardless of the place where you take it to. So this object which was weighing 75 kg on Earth, even if you take it to the moon, the mass will still remain 75 kg. So our answer for question A will be 71 kg. So meaning we would have gotten 1 mark for this answer, which is 75 kg. So that is our answer for question A. Let's come now to question B. Question B is saying calculate the weight of the object on the moon. Calculate the weight of the object on the moon. So for the formula for mass, the formula for calculating the weight of an object that we use is weight is equals to mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity, which is the gravitational field strength. So weight is equals to mass multiplied by the gravitational field strength in this case. So now we are told to say the mass of this object is 75 kg on Earth, and also on the moon it will still remain to be 75 kg. Then on the moon, the gravitational field strength, which is G in this case, is 1.6 newtons per kg. So meaning for us to find the way to multiply the mass of this object, which is 75 kg, multiply it with the gravitational field strength on the moon, which is 1.6 newton per kg. So we'll say 75 kg multiplied by 1.6 newtons per kg. So once we multiply this one on our calculator, it will give us 120 newtons. So 75 kg multiplied by 1.6 newton per kg, it will give us 120 newtons. So meaning the weight of this object on the moon is 120 newtons. So meaning by showing our work, or now we have calculated the weight of the object on the moon, would have gotten ourselves 2 marks plus the correct answer, which is 120 newtons. So that's how we go about such a question. Let me come to question C. Question C says give two differences between mass and weight. Give two differences between mass and weight. So question one, I mean our first answer, which is answer one. So the difference between mass and weight can be in form of their definitions. So then definitions, the definition of mass and the definition of weight gives us the difference between mass and weight. Now, what is mass? Mass is the quantity of matter in an object. The quantity of matter in an object, simply saying the amount of matter that an object contains, that is mass. Now, what is weight? Weight is the force of gravity acting on any object. So, meaning for mass, we are measuring the amount of matter in an object. Then the weight, we are considering the amount of force of gravity that is acting on any object. So, weight is simply, in this case, is simply telling us the amount of force of gravity that is acting on an object. Then mass is the quantity of matter, the amount of matter in an object. So the differences, we can write them to say mass is the quantity of matter in an object, while weight is the force of gravity acting on any object. So this is our first difference between the mass and the weight. So mass is the quantity of matter in an object, while weight is the force of gravity acting on any object. Then the other difference also is that weight varies with place, while mass remains same regardless of the place. So as we have discovered, to say the weight of an object changes. If it is on the earth, then you take it to another place, its weight will do what? Will change. So weight changes with the place to place. So the weight of an object on the earth is not, won't remain the same if you take that object to the moon. So weight varies with the place, whereas mass always remains the same. So the mass of an object will remain the same. If you get an object weighing 75 kg, you take it to the moon, the mass will still remain the same, which is 75 kg. So the other difference here that we are saying is that weight varies with place, while mass remains the same regardless of the place. So the other difference also that you can want to add, they have said two, but the other difference that you can add also on mass and weight is that mass is measured in kg, while weight is measured in newtons. So this is the difference in terms of the SI units for mass and weight. Mass is measured in kg, while weight is measured in newtons. So these are the three differences between mass and weight. So you can choose any of the two from there and answer our question, depending with what the question is requiring and asking us to do. So these were the answers for question 1 of 2021 Science Paper 1 Section B. So I hope you have gotten the concept and how to answer these questions and such questions on mass and weight. Till we meet next time, as I've mentioned, for any inquiries, for any questions and clarifications, you can contact us or follow our page on Facebook, Science with Lombi Jr. You can also follow us on, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Shalom.